Dave Campbell's Texas Football here at the Texas High School Coaches Association Coaching School and Convention here in Houston. I'm Greg Tepper, sitting alongside the head coach, one of the breakout teams of 2022, the Lumberton Raiders, Coach James Reyes. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing well. How y'all doing? I appreciate you having me.
Hey, appreciate you taking a little bit of time. You're a celebrity around here after what you guys were able to do last year. You know, you guys make that run and the difference between year one was 6-5?
6-5.
6-5, and then last year 11-2, a run of the regional semifinals. And really within a whisker of, regional final, maybe even bigger things. I mean, what's the difference? Can you just tell everybody how to do that? Like, that seems like a good trick.
I don't know. One thing is to have great football players.
Yeah.
We've got some good football players, and the kids just bought in, and being in the system from year one to year two, and starting a bunch of sophomores, and some good juniors helped us out, and and the kids bought in. We ran some track in the spring. I told you that, and the kids saw some success on the track, which I think correlates to the football field, and speed's good on the football field, and we got a really good quarterback too. And so it's a plus. You can't win if you don't have a quarterback.
And you do have a good quarterback. Let's talk about Lucas Powell. He was such a breakout star for you guys last year and really kind of burst onto the statewide scene in a big way. The numbers are impressive. The film is fun to watch. He's a lot of fun to watch. But you're the guy who sees him in practice and in the quiet moments. What is it about Lucas Powell that makes him really special?
He's a competitor, day in and day out. Monday through Saturday, he competes. And so I tell people all the time in my area, if I'm picking a team, he's one of the top guys I'm going to pick just because of his competitiveness. And he's a good football player. He spins the ball real well, great decision maker, and he's a coach on the field. I tell him all the time, this past year, his sophomore year, we didn't let him do it. But this past year, we told him, look, if I call a play and it's not a good one, get us into a better one. Not a great one, just get us into a better one. And, he did a great job with that, and we're excited to have him back for sure.
It's an exciting time there. Let's talk about what every coach likes to talk about, which is the way the last season ended. You guys in the regional semifinals, take an early lead, take a lead into halftime, end up falling short in that regional semifinal matchup. How do you guys talk about that around the locker room? Because I think that there's a couple of schools of thought. Burn the tape and let's get out of here,
right.
Or talk about it over and over and really harp on it. Where do you fall on that?
We talk about it a lot. For sure, since we've got a lot of those kids coming back, and we were right there, and we had a really good Coach Reardon team on the edge at 17-0 at half, and I tell people all the time, if I make a bad call, I'm going to tell you I made a bad call. I think there was a minute left. We had the ball on like the 4-yard line. We got a really good running back, and we've been working on a play all week that we felt like would be a good 2-point play. I felt like we needed a touchdown right there instead of a field goal. We called the play. Defensively, Coach McFarland and them did a great job of sitting back, not being a man. They were in a zone look, and we threw a pick. And it could easily been 20-0 at half. But we went in. We had some things not go our way. We felt like we got a fumble there at the midway through the third quarter. That was ours. That was overturned. That went to them, and we were up by 10 then, and they go down and score, and we're only up by 3. Good football teams, you can't do that against. You got to make sure you take care of business. We were inside the 30 multiple times in the second half and then come up with 8 points. And so we've talked about finishing drives, about finishing plays, and our kids have done a good job, and we're excited about this year. And hopefully we get to see Tyler Chapel Hill one more time.
I know you'd love to get another shot at him. Do you have a feeling quite yet on how this? Because there are a lot of pieces back from last year's team. Do you have a feeling quite yet on how this year's team may be different from last year's team?
Those sophomores are 2 years older, and they've gotten stronger. They look good. They worked their tail off all spring and this summer. And so we're excited. Again, you got to have a good quarterback to be good in any league. We've seen it at the college level. We've seen it at the pro level. If you're not good at quarterback, you can't win football games. As long as we've got we got him standing upright. I feel like we got a good chance to make to make some waves again this year. Defensively, we're going to be really good up front. We got Brock Jackson, who's coming back 2 years. He's going to Baylor. Good football player. We got Graydon Spencer at defensive end, who's played a lot of snaps, and Pete Rosamondo, who just came into Lamar. His son moved in there, and so we're excited about where we are. We're going to be young in the secondary, but we feel like the front seven is going to be good enough to make our secondary look good, and so we're excited. We'll see where things go. We got to stay healthy, just like everybody else, and that's the number one key.
The other thing that I'm interested in is, last year we talked about you guys go, 6-5 first year. 11-2, that gets you noticed, including by those dorks at Dave Campbell's Texas Football. You're a top 10 team to start the year. It's been a minute since we've had top 10 Lumberton to start the year.
I saw that.
How do you approach that? How do you approach a different dynamic where let's be honest, Coach, you ain't sneaking up on anybody this year.
No, there's no sneaking up on anybody. I was telling somebody earlier, it's hard to find football games for 24-25 right now. Back in the day, everybody wants to play Lumberton. We're having a little trouble. Tyler Chapel Hill will play me, but man, they got all them dudes coming back for another couple of years. But it's that's where you want to be, right? And so being a top 10 team, we're excited about it. The bullseye's on your back, so you got to go play week in and week out. Nobody's gonna come in and take you for granted, and so we're gonna get everybody's best, and that's what you want. So, week one we open up with the top. I think the Hampshire Finette might be 11. Yep. Coach does a great job down there. They got some good football players, and so we open up with them, and they're extremely physical, and I want our non-district to be great, so that moving into district, we know where we're at, and then moving into the playoffs, we know where we're at. But week two we got Houston St. Thomas.
Good ball club.
Great ball club. They do a great job. And then Darby House at Nacogdoches. We'll see what they do this year. Coaching change and all, but we've got a tough go early. We're going to scrimmage Silsby, the Tigers.
Okay.
We've moved into that. I talked to a couple people, and we switched over since they're only 8 miles. We get to play Draylon Miller.
I was going to say maybe cover the receiver. Yeah, just a thought. I don't want to tell you to do your job.
We're going to put about 7 guys on that guy. Huh? He's a good football player, but we're going to try to play a bunch of good people so we can be ready for district play.
Well, there was plenty to be excited about last year and plenty to be excited about this year.
Yes, sir.
For the Lumberton Raiders. Coach James Reyes, Coach, appreciate your time.
Man, we appreciate all you guys do. Thank you very much.